It's Wednesday, but it's not, because it's Friday. It's 2:30-ish, yeah. And you're here with us, the Sauce War. How are you doing? Easter special. Easter special. Yeah, there we go. With me, Phantom Specialist, Man Like Red Hood, and we read comics too. Hi, people. How have you been?
Hey, good.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
How's it going?
All the people who are not in the chat room, because I know they're outside in the sunshine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mean, but take us outside. You know what I mean? Just listen to the pod while, you know what I mean, catching a little. To be fair, it's not hot. It's warm.
It's warm, yeah.
Don't get it twisted, people. It's warm. There's still a cold breeze. We've got a long way to go yet. But anyway, that's all of that. Let's do this. Somebody do it.
Yeah, I'm lost at the moment.
Yeah. It's okay. We're gonna go straight into it because obviously you guys haven't seen us for a long time. We apologize for that, but you know our lives are important, so we need to look after them. So that is why.
We'll make a
better
better effort to try and be there on Wednesdays at 7:30ish. So to the people out there, we do apologize.
Yes, we do apologize. But you have a Easter special. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks actually. So we are here. We thought we'll bring one out at least this week before the big week next week, which is the Endgame week. And also because there was a lot of things going on this week and last week, so we just wanted to talk about that as well.
Yeah. Little touch on that. So yes. Okay, what are we starting with? Let's do this.
Okay, so let's start. We are starting with we'll quickly do some pull lists for this week. Obviously it's not Wednesday today, it's Friday.
It is, right?
But it is. But the comics that came out this week that we hope that you may have got or is interested in is Symbiote Spider-Man, issue 1. This one's by Peter David and Greg Land. If you don't know Peter David, he's an old school Marvel writer who's basically come back to write this Symbiote Spider-Man. So everyone knows that Spider-Man's infamous black suit would someday become the wicked web slinger called Venom. But what happened before Peter Parker discovered the black suit's sinister secret? Find out in this dynamic tale from comic legend Peter David and Greg Land. Set during the Black Suit saga, this is an all-new tale that pits the wall-crawling wonder against that most terrifying menace, Mysterio. So this basically is a story of that we never read when Peter Parker first had the symbiote suit. So yeah.
That word's not going to sound the same no more. Sorry, go ahead.
What's that?
The symbiote, like, just like when someone says it bad too many times. And
symbiote.
Sorry, Kay.
Didn't they do reshoots in that movie just to get it right?
Yeah.
I think they reshot every time somebody said symbiote.
Yeah.
To get it right, which is God knows how much money that must have cost them. Just to be honest, though, I think in the 90s cartoon they were saying it wrong. Where they were saying symbiote, I think it's actually symbiote. So the same actor.
Sounds so right.
The same actor in the Spider-Man game. I don't know if you guys played the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 1. It was the same actor from the show, and then that's where he started saying symbiote, and I was like, "What? Why are you saying it differently now?" So from when he started saying it that way, that's how
he wasn't the same guy on the game and in the cartoon.
It was the same guy.
No,
not Super Nintendo. It was the same guy.
The Sony one
from
the new one.
The Sony. No. From back in the day on PlayStation. Game, the PlayStation game, where you fight Carnage.
Oh yeah.
Octopus. Yeah, it was the same actor from the 90s cartoon, and in the 90s cartoon he says symbiote, but then in the game afterwards, where it was all about symbiotes, he was saying symbiotes. So that's when I started saying symbiotes.
There you go. There's some knowledge there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know my. Yeah, man.
All right. Speaking of
I'll accept
symbiote,
symbiote or symbiotes, but not symbiotes. We're not taking any money for that.
No, we're not.
Well, speaking of symbiotes or symbiotes, number 2 on our pull list is Web of Venom, Cult of Carnage. This one's by Frank Thierry, Danilo Bairuth, and Joshua Cassara. Yeah, I'm back with the name butchering.
He's a special name butcher. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, that should be my nickname, name butcher.
Yeah, name butcher. Yeah, I have to make that stick.
So a new terror has risen on the fringes of the Marvel universe, staring in the depths of space, but evil is also rising on Earth, claiming one victim at a time in the name of the killer called Carnage. So there's a bit of a theme going on here with symbiotes and Carnage. I must say, the Venom comic at the moment is pretty amazing. So I think coming off the back of that, we're getting some pretty decent symbiote stories coming and going.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you know what's funny? It's like I don't care. As in, I know
it's the movie. Did the movie do it to you?
It's not even that. I feel like this whole symbiote thing has been played out. Like we got the saga in the 90s cartoon, then they did it in the Spectacular Spider-Man, they did it in Ultimate Spider-Man comics, then they did it in Ultimate Spider-Man TV show. Then there was the Spider-Man game Web of Shadows, where again it was a symbiote story. I've done it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then just last year, they did what did they do? We spoke about it last time. That Venomized.
Right. Yeah.
Venom. Like I'm, and then obviously the movie. I'm kind of symbioted out. Just let it chill. Let it sit for a while.
Symbioted out.
Yeah, I mean,
I've missed you.
I'm just saying.
There is.
Go ahead.
There is quite a lot of Venom going on at the moment. But at the moment, why am I forgetting his name? Donny Cates. He's doing a great job, like a fantastic job on what is happening in the Venom universe at the moment. So, yeah, definitely recommend that one. Another one on the list is Batman Who Laughs. I'm sure you would have put that on your pull list, Kieran.
Yeah, no doubt. I haven't read issue 3 yet. Again, I'm still behind on comic books, but I'm still on this book. Like, Batman Who Laughs is a really, really good storyline, especially because they introduced that new. No, what is it? The last I read was where Batman has actually been poisoned by the Joker. So, yeah, he. So, well, you don't know what, I haven't said what kind of poison it is, but if you read Dark Knight's Metal, you'll understand. If you read that, you understand what kind of poisoning it is. But boy, it's a really cool storyline. The new characters are great as well, and they brought back. This probably happened in this one. They brought back James Gordon. Was his name James Gordon Jr.? Yeah, Commissioner Gordon's son. Who's a bit of a psychopath as well. So yeah, this should be a lot. This should be a fun read. Feel free to read the synopsis of this one. I've just been chatting all the way through.
Yeah. So this one is issue 4 by Scott Snyder and Op. Batman is in a desperate hunt through Gotham City, tracking down the dark version of himself, known as the Grim Knight. But the serum Batman's been self-administrating has started to transform his mind, making him into something much darker, something amoral, something like the Batman Who Laughs, and he's starting to lose his grip on reality. Towing the line between vengeance and justice, Batman must struggle to keep his moral code as the Grim Knight gains control of the Batcave, sending all of his vehicles and weapons on a collision course with Gotham City. The Grim Knight, the Batman Who Laughs, even allies like Jim Gordon and his son force Batman to pull the trigger and activate the last laugh. Will Batman be the savior of Gotham City once more, or is he the kill shot?
Damn, see.
Yeah.
Epic
Watch
stuff,
this
man.
space. We will be reviewing it, even though we just had a mini review. But yeah, what's next?
Flash issue 68.
Man,
Joshua Williams.
Flash as well. I don't know what's going on in the Flash.
Oh,
I
man.
saw some white suit, some god level Flash, and I was like, okay.
Godspeed.
That's Godspeed.
That's Godspeed. He's not really god level.
Go.
He's not like a god level
I'm
Flash.
sorry.
He's just fast.
Okay. All right then.
So that's actually in the TV series.
Yeah. Okay.
Flash
What's that?
TV series. They've actually got Godspeed in the Flash TV series now.
Yeah. That's where I saw it. I was like,
Is it
what the guys I have to say about this?
Sorry.
I haven't watched
I'm behind.
it.
I'm behind on Flash and Arrow, but I was gonna ask if it was August Rush, like how they've introduced this guy, because whatever, man. I can't
I will try and watch it this week and let you know. But I've been on the Game of Thrones flex, so I haven't had time to watch much else. But the Flash has arrived back in his home of Central City to discover something off. The people are all acting strangely, including his friends and colleagues. Before Barry can figure out why, the entire Central City PD attacks. At last, the great trick is revealed. The trickster now rules supreme. With Iron Heights has his full fun house based on operations, Trickster plunges the entire city into madness, and the Flash is powerless to save them.
They've been building that up for some issues now.
Yeah.
Again, I don't care, and I'm reading again. Flash has been. I just don't care, man. Well,
you're not caring about much today, are you?
Because I haven't picked up the Flash in a while, because I think it was boring me, his little journey to discover the other forces, right. And I was like, oh, this is really not underwhelming. Not just. I suppose I was just whelmed, and then they've been hinting at this whole thing with the trickster, and I was like, oh, whatever to that as well. And then obviously it's been weeks and I've just not read the Flash. I've not read much of it. I keep saying that, but these comics just aren't interesting me right now, I suppose.
Come on, comics, man.
I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'm collecting it, so I'll read it, because I know there's going to be a story that coming up that I'm going to be like, all right, finally we're back on track. So
yeah.
I'm just a little bit bored.
What's our last call list? What's our last one?
Okay, the last one is your selection, Orphan Age, issue 1. One day, all adults died, all over the world at the same time. Now it's 20 years later, and the children, all grown up, are still rebuilding the world. Horses and caravans are the only thin lines connecting tiny, scattered settlements. Little sparks in the great dark night. Gasoline is gone, phones long dead, television and memory. The only power in America is the new church, the religion of the angry children. That blames the destruction of the old world on the dead adults in the settlements of Dallastown. A stranger comes riding in one day, telling a story of escape from the new church's unstoppable firemen. The church is on the march, and the world might burn again, and the only hope might be a sacred teenage girl, a gunslinger keeping his secrets, and a woman of few words and long knives. Welcome to the Orphan Age, written by Ted Anderson, who did Moth and Whisper, My Little Pony, and Adventure Time, with art by Nuno Platti, who did Alpha, Big Time, and Marvel Girl.
Well, if they did My Little Pony, I feel like it's a winner. So that's all right. Okay, interesting. Nice. That's our poor list, people. Pick them up or let us know what you're reading, and maybe we'll fling that.
Don't let my negative energy stop you from getting a Flash. The Flash is one of the dope comics out there. I'm just not fast right now.
Look. If the comics ain't doing it for man like Kay, then you need to up the comic levels, okay? Right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, what's next?
Okay, so a bit of comic news going on at the moment. Next month's, June solicitations has arrived, and July, and it looks like Jane Foster will be back, but not as Thor, has the new Valkyrie.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So this is a bit of a spoiler. it's actually a spoiler to me as well because I haven't read War of the Realms issue 2 yet.
I haven't even read issue 1 yet.
Yeah, issue 1's pretty good. It is pretty good. So basically, someone dies in issue 2. So now Valkyrie, the new Valkyrie, has Jane Foster will be the new Valkyrie, and she would have a new ongoing series coming in July. It's written by Jason Aaron and Al Ewing. So, yeah, Al Ewing said it's not like the old Valkyrie. Bernhilda is available for consolation occasionally, but she no longer belongs to the world of the living. Spoiler alert. So Jane's mostly on her own. That said, she does have something not seen before in the world of Asgard. This is I'm gonna butcher this. It's
Andreon.
Yeah, Andreon, the all-new weapon forged in the fires of the Realm War that can change its shape and be whatever the wielder needs, including wings, which doesn't necessarily mean no more flying horses, but I'm getting this ahead of myself. There's a line in Valkyrie issue 1. Thor is a god, Valkyrie is a job. Jane knows how to be Thor, but the role of Valkyrie, the warrior who fights for the living and the dead and stands between both, is a very different beast. It's a task. It's a sacred task and brings additional abilities and responsibilities of its own. As the first of the new generation of Valkyries, Jane has to decide for herself what the task involves, and that's a big part of what we'll be exploring in this series. If you're reading this, you know who Valkyrie is, but what she is one of the big philosophical underpinnings of the book. So this will be taking place after the events of War of Realms issue 2. So pick that up if you can. It sounds pretty decent.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, Jane Foster was Lady Thor. She was Thor for quite a while. She had cancer, and every time she basically became Thor, it would basically inflame it even more because she would do her chemotherapy and then she would transform into Thor. It would heal her as Thor, but then when she changes back to Jane, it's like the chemotherapy never happened. But lo and behold, she's cured of cancer now, so she's free to do whatever she likes now.
Cool.
Next one is a little bit of an update on what I'm looking forward to. Is Jonathan Hickman's House of X, and which we thought was powers of X, but it's actually power of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little update of.
They knew what they were doing, though.
Yeah. Exactly. So basically, House of X will see Charles Xavier unveil his master plan for mutant kind, one that will bring mutants out of the shadow of mankind and into the light once more.
Sorry, Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Wait, is he back?
Yeah, Charles Xavier has been back for a while, but he's not actually back in the books. You're not seeing him in the books. I think it was Uncanny X-Men. He came back. He basically a few of the X-Men went into the white space, I think it was, and they were battling. What's his name? Who's in Legion? This past series of Legion. I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, they battled him. Xavier was part of his memories and stuff was there, and they managed to bring him back, but they can only bring him back into a new body. So Phantom X offered up his body. So basically, Xavier is in Phantom X's human body.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he is back, but since then he hasn't actually been in any of the books or anything. So he's back, but he's not back, kind of thing. But Jason Aaron's book will see him obviously come back and obviously be up to his naughtiness as usual.
Yeah.
Powers of X apparently will pull back the curtain on the secret past, present, and future of mutant kind, changing the way you look at every X-Men story before and after it. So it seems like there's big plans that Jason Aaron has, Jonathan Hickman has for the X-Men universe. And I wouldn't be surprised if later on down the line this all gets adapted to MCU shizzle as well, which would be interesting.
We shall be keeping a close eye on this one.
Yeah, definitely. That will definitely be on both those comments will definitely be on my pull list.
Yeah.
And they're both scheduled to be out in July, so.
Man.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
Next one, The History of the Marvel Universe, issue 1. This one is an upcoming project by writer and Marvel historian Mark Waid and artist
Mark Waid.
Javier Rodriguez and Alvaro Lopez. History of the Marvel Universe is one of the key projects in Marvel's 80th anniversary celebration this year. So Mark Waid said, "We've seen Marvel histories and Marvel encyclopedias and Marvel handbooks, and I love that stuff. I absorb them like Galactus absorbs planets." This is this is not that. There's information here, but there's also a story. The Marvel Universe is a living thing. It is its own story, and we're trying to approach it with some degree of heart to find the heart in that story, so it doesn't read like 120 pages of Wikipedia. So it sounds interesting. It sounds like one of those books. Like if you're new to the Marvel Universe, this will be a good book to get to kind of pick you up and kind of experience what's been happening over the past 80 years, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Wouldn't it be cool if they had like an actual, like back in the day when you had encyclopedias that you get each one, like?
Yeah, they do.
Like,
they do
have a massive catalogue of that, and then that would be good if you wanted to have something permanent in your house.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the encyclopedias. Actually, I do have one about.
Yeah, and they did those things that, and like they do those kind of things where they release like a book of encyclopedias and you get like a figure.
Yeah.
And the first one is always like 99p, but then the rest of the Marvels are like
55. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so there are encyclopedias about.
Yeah, and they do update every year or two. I think it's every year. There is one actually, 2019. It was out on April the 4th this year. So yeah, I mean, they are pretty thick books, and they go through brief histories of characters and events. But yeah, definitely worth picking up one of those. But if you want something smaller
it'd be
and
nice
something,
if we had like A's, all the mutants that are listed A and all that they can do, and then B. You know what I mean? So it's just like a proper like dense one. But anyway, but this one sounds nice. Yay! Yeah. You just want to take my money, okay?
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Okay. The last one for comic news is Batman Damned. The finale is being pushed back.
I completely forgot. How many issues is this again?
This is 4 issues. I think it's 4 issues or 3.
Oh man.
It's
okay.
3 issues. Yeah, sorry.
I completely forgot about this book. That's how long it's been.
So it's been postponed to June 2019. It was supposed to be.
Sorry, cuz DC. I need to tell you something. Get it together. Just get it together. What is this? I think we've not been on for weeks, and the last one we did, we were announcing that you had pushed back Doomsday Clock. DC, get it together.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, you made it together.
Yeah, it was supposed to be coming out in May, and before that, it was originally supposed to come out on March 13th.
Wow.
But then later solicited for March 27th. Then May. Now it's in June. So
Just don't give a date. How about you had the date and then you can't do that date? Just be like, to be confirmed. Yeah. That way everybody's like, all right, cool. They haven't given us a date. And then when you're ready to drop, just be like, is that tomorrow? That's it.
yeah, that's it.
Oh. Well, this is like blue tick life.
Could you imagine if they announced if it's out tomorrow, and then we get like just something in the news it's been delayed? The next day it's like, sorry, it was supposed to be out today, but it's been delayed.
Like, oh my days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So that's all the comic news.
Detective Comics, boy. You need a detective skills to be able to find these things, man. Sure.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Why I don't do this. But anyway. What have we done now? What's happening? Ooh.
So I gather we've all watched Captain Marvel and Shazam.
I watched Captain Marvel and I watched Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I have not watched Shazam. Not gonna lie.
Captain Marvel.
Okay, sorry, Captain Marvel. I do apologize. I didn't watch the child who became a man after he said the word Shazam, and then, but I have watched Game of Thrones, and I'm clear about right now.
Alright.
I don't mind if you spoil Shazam. I'm not bothered. Like, talk about it. It's fine. Go.
Alright.
Was it good?
Yeah, Shazam was. I thought it was good. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Kieran, your face is not. You're just like.
He doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't care about it.
Shazam was sick. I really like Shazam, and I went just for Kai, like to take him. Like I had no interest in seeing that movie, but that movie was sick. It was so sick. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I always forget the dude's name. I like that dude in other stuff. He's in Kingsman. He's the guy who helps out. Yeah, he's dope. Like, he was dope in that role. There was a review I watched. It was double toasted, and they were like, he needs to get over himself. You're a tall, good-looking grown man. Like, what's all this negativity? But I understand that. But for the movie, it worked. I enjoyed Shazam a lot.
Oh, Mark Strong.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was dope.
Yeah. No, I thought the film was good. It's definitely a kids film.
Okay.
It's definitely for the younger kids or younger generation.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I thought so. It was.
I didn't really get that vibe from it because.
No,
I mean, not to say that it wasn't, because obviously there were kids in the movie, and our sense of humor is really childish anyway. But I felt like I didn't feel. That when you're watching a kids movie, you're so aware that you're watching a kids movie.
Yeah.
It's actually irritating because there are like jokes that are like for kids, and I was just, and it's cringe. It's usually that's how I find it anyway. I didn't get that kind of feeling watching Shazam. I just felt like this was a movie aimed at everybody. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I could think of any something. Like, there's movies where I've watched that are blatantly for kids, and they give you that kid's meal, like, and you're an adult watching it, and you're like, can I get the grown-up menu, please?
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
Like, Transformers is for kids. Pixar is for adults. So okay,
I don't even know if Pixar, if Transformers is even as good as. I need to think of it like, kind of like. I'm gonna end up thinking of like an old movie as an example. If I think of an example, I'll drop it. But it's like a kid, like, say not Home Alone 1 and 2, but like Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? They're kids movies, or Stuart Little or something. Do you know what I mean? Like kids movies. Whereas Shazam didn't have that formula to me. It was like a teen to adult movie with like kids in it.
Oh, okay.
And so I wouldn't class that as a kids movie.
Yeah. Okay. There were some good bits in it. I did like it. I did enjoy it. Really enjoyed it. There were some really funny bits. There was one bit where they're flying and some of the villains doing a speech.
Oh yeah, and, that was. He's all like,
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. But he's carrying on. It's like, you will, feast. I will feast upon your flesh, and you will bow beneath my. Do you know what I mean? The typical, as the Incredibles put it, he's monologuing. He's monologuing, and Shazam is like, I can't hear you, dude. Like, and he's like, you know what? F this, and he just charged. That was a sick scene.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Cool.
I really did enjoy it, and I do implore you guys to watch it if you can.
Yeah,
if you can watch it, it's definitely worth the watch. It is actually probably. Oh, I don't know.
What DC movies? What DC movies?
Yeah,
it's one of the better DC movies. It is. Now, if I was to, I don't know, say, I put it high, top 3 of those. Of the DC movies, from the ones that's been released since Man of Steel all the way to Shazam. And the only one I haven't seen yet is Aquaman, but I would wager that
you haven't seen that, man.
I tried. We've been through this. I tried. I missed it. That wasn't even my fault. That was the cinema's fault as well. I'll tell you. The night before, I was like, I'll take my boy to see Aquaman. I checked the cinema list and they said, we've got one at like 9:30 in the morning. I was like, that's long. So I got up, got my boy ready. We drove to Grant's View Cinema in the Grant Center in Croydon. Yeah, baiting you out. Got there, said to dude, yo, we want the 9:30 showing of Aquaman. And he's looking at the system like, that's not there. I'm like, what do you mean it's not there? I'm like, here it is on your website. It's there. He's like, yeah, it's listed there, but then it's listed as something else. I'm like, well, sort it out. So he sold us the tickets that actually said Aquaman. So we sat there. And he's like, if it's not the right movie, just come see me. And I'm like, and then that Kevin Hart movie started. It was that one where he was dyslexic or whatever, the one where we went back to school.
Right, yeah.
And so we came out and we were just like, but then Makai was like, it's all right, Dad. I don't mind seeing this movie. But I was like, all right, fine, but.
It's not Aquaman.
So that's it. Didn't see Aquaman. But what I was trying to say originally is that Shazam, I wager it would probably be like the top 3 of the best DC movies of their universe. And I'm not going to debate it. This is my opinion. But this to me was the
It wasn't,
man.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not debating. I'm not debating it. I'm just saying.
I was waiting for this.
I'm just saying. Out of Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel.
No,
Captain Marvel was
Shazam and Captain Marvel. You lost your right to say that, mate. You lost it.
I ain't lost no rights. You know, the law don't do nothing for me.
You lost the right.
I'm the outlaw Red Hood. Talking to me about laws.
That name got stolen from you. You are now named Toby.
You know what? It did.
AKA
it did.
Shazam.
I'm not.
That's all.
I gave the history. I gave the history lesson. I'm not debating the name. I gave the history lesson on a podcast or 2 ago. All I'm saying
is your name.
And I'm
Toby.
leaving it at that. Real name is what?
Toby. Do you not get that reference? No. Okay.
Gentlemen.
Nah, I'm not even arguing. The thing is, and this has got nothing to do with me being like pro DC. I know it has everything to do with Richard being pro Marvel. I'm not like everything, but I honestly believe that it was just a better movie. And like I said to you before, I was bored during the first half hour of Captain Marvel. I was all in on, and this is a surprise to me as well because the MCU is killing it. I'm not an idiot. I know what the MCU is doing. They are killing it. DC has been flopping left, right, and center. So for me to say that it holds weight. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it was a really good film, and maybe I'm playing with you, man. It's a different film, and it could be better. It could be better, I think. I did like the ending as well, as in not the ending, but just nowadays they're doing a whole kind of the mid-credit, the after-credit kind of mid-credit thing.
I like that they're doing
some
that as well.
good animation on that as well. So definitely.
Can I spoil? We do spoilers.
Yeah. Go for it.
Spoilers, man. We're spoiling. So at the end of the movie, And at the beginning of the movie where you see I forgot what the cave is called, like Shazam's cave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see that worm. What's his name? It's Dr. The worm, the caterpillar. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Is the book here? It's downstairs. I forgot his name, but you see him in like a kind of like a glass case, and I was like, fans know who that is,
Mr. Mind.
But Mr. Mind, but it was like a glimpse. But at the end, in the mid-credit scene, you see dude, because all that the 7 deadly sins go back into stone, but Mr. Mind is like there talking to the villain, and I just thought, as a comic book fan, I know nonsense. Do you know what I mean? DC has talking caterpillars, talking gorillas, like talking. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Marvel doesn't have that much of that stuff.
Yeah, I actually didn't know who that was.
But imagine. So like, I can imagine like who's not a regular fan of this stuff sees this caterpillar talking about how we will find more magic and take over. It just must have looked so silly, and I thought that was so funny to me.
Do you know what though? Me watching that, I didn't feel out of way, because I don't know if you've been watching, but Doom Patrol. If you guys ain't watching Doom Patrol, you are missing out.
I'll get on it. I'm not on it yet.
But Doom Patrol was pretty much that credit scene. It is literally. Really? It is, honestly. It's like that. You've got you got a mice running around. Not all the time, but there's bits where it cuts, and you got a mice running around, and basically the whole story of the mice was that. Actually, I'm going to spoil this because it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you have an episode where Robot Man he's going all crazy, and then basically later on you find out that it goes back to like a previous episode when they went off and he was driving a school bus, because that's how they get around. So they get off, the guy, the little mice, and you got the narrator as well narrating basically the story. So you got the mice and his mother. They run out. And the mother runs out into the road, and then she gets run over. So basically, the mice looks, and it's like, no. And then the narrator is just basically telling the mice to have revenge. So the mice like grows up, and then it seeks revenge on the person who ran over and killed his mum. So he basically, So he basically goes to the house. Mr. Robot's got a hole in his arm, which happened through another part of the story, and the mice basically crawls into him and starts messing him up. And the whole episode, you don't realize this has happened. But kind of majorly spoiling it, but yeah, the whole thing was because the mice was.
That's clever.
It's been so good, man. I'm telling you, Doom Patrol is actually been. It is probably. I know I said it last year as well with Titans, but. Yeah, this is better than Titans, I think. I'm enjoying it more than Titans.
I can understand why it would be better than Titans, to be honest. So
yeah, and there's a lot more character development in this as well. Like with Titans, you didn't get that much character development.
Titans was too fast paced. It was too quick.
But this one, you've got like whole episodes devoted to certain characters, one character or another character, and there's this whole thing that's going on. But it's not slow, but you're not waiting for the conclusion in a sense.
Yeah,
you're still getting other stuff while you're waiting.
We segued hard from Captain Marvel and Shazam. I was just about to say.
Yeah. Right, yeah,
let's get back.
Move over. Watch Doom Patrol. Watch
Umbrella Academy, then Doom Patrol, then Teen Titans. There we go.
Yeah, right. And also watch Game of Thrones. You guys been watching that?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. I said like the first this was a good introduction to season 8.
Yeah.
Episode 1, just putting people in place.
Yeah.
You're here. Actually, it's like moving chess pieces, like you're here.
Yeah. Let me just throw this in. Big up to Blurs of Us. They are doing a weekly Thrones review. They did a few episodes where they were catching up on season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They did a review of season 8, episode 1, which was bloody good. It's really, really good. So big up to them. Give them a listen. But yeah, episode 1 was good, man. It was really good.
It was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I liked that bit where Arya finally met Jon Snow.
Yeah,
when he came back. Yeah, when he came back, she's there, and he didn't see her. But then he went to that tree. He went to that tree, and then she's just there behind him, and he's like, "How did you sneak up on me?" Because as far as he's concerned, he's the trained soldier. Do you know what I mean? He's been through this, that, and the third, and that's just my baby sister. Do you know, not knowing the shit that she has been through. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was dope. Exactly. Love that. Probably my favorite scene of that.
And I love how everybody's just coming back to the Stark household.
Like,
That Sansa, who I couldn't stand in the beginning, she's hard-bodied. She's
do you know what? She
got
grew on
some
me
mad
last
theory,
season.
you know. I'll tell you my mad theory later, but yeah, I got one mad theory.
I was gonna say that she became not my favorite character, but she became likable to me
she's
last season when I realized, damn, she could actually sit on the throne. She could sit on that throne, boy. But
I think
the small girl, and she runs the army as well.
Mermont.
Young, like she looks 2. Like,
I forgot her first name.
Yeah,
it's Mermont.
When we were talking to Johnny, goes, look, we're riding for you, innit? We set you up there.
Yeah.
But who's this chick? Like, I love her. She's so hard body. She's just like, nah. We're
Lyanna.
them, innit? What you doing? You saying?
Yeah, I think is it Lyanna? Yeah, Lyanna.
I never knew her name, but she's dope. Yeah, she's dope.
She's so funny. So funny. So yeah, my theory, I think because of what they're doing with Daenerys as well, she's pretty much the villain now. The way she rolls up and the way she is now, like when Sansa said, "Oh, what do dragons eat anyway?" and she's like, "Whatever they want." And even like the way that she told, obviously spoilers and all that shizzle, but the way that she told Sam, let me just say, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones yet, right, you're worried about spoilers, then I don't see how you could be worried about spoilers because you haven't watched Game of Thrones yet. You know, like you haven't watched this episode yet.
Good point. Spoil it.
So the way that she told Samuel Tarly, the way that she, like, no heart and no sympathy towards him. You know, so
I liked what he. Sorry, go on. Tell me your theory. Go ahead. Tell me your theory.
So my theory is that she's going to be pregnant. Daenerys. That.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Sorry, I thought it was a bee in my window. It's someone cutting their grass.
Oh.
That's why you saw me looking off like, what is... Sorry. I'll close the window. Hopefully it's drowned it out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, they're going to have a baby. Daenerys, she's definitely going to die. But I reckon she's probably going to die in childbirth as well. Just how Jon Snow came. Jon Snow's going to die in the battle or whatever. But those two are going to die. They're going to have the baby. Sansa is going to be in charge. Whether she's sitting on the throne or not, I don't even think there's going to be a throne there. But she will be the one who's going to be on the throne, and with the baby, but the baby waiting to be in power until it comes of age. That's what I think.
That's a cool theory. I feel like Daenerys is going to die at some point, but I feel like she might get to the throne. She'll have it for a bit before she dies. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I think either, because there's two of them that are pregnant. There's Cersei.
She's not pregnant, man.
She ain't pregnant.
Did she have sex?
I don't think she's pregnant. I don't think she can have any more babies.
Yeah, and she's cursed as well. I don't think she's pregnant. Do you remember she's cursed? Or if she has that baby's gonna die. Like,
not necessarily. I think
yes, necessarily, because she was cursed.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Let us speak.
So the Night King.
Sorry.
The Night King's just running around. Yeah, because for me, I think because he stopped getting the babies. Remember in the they were giving him babies, didn't it? And wasn't doing nothing. He was like getting his babies and then going back to where he's going.
Yeah.
Now man ain't got no babies. He's like, where my baby at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Jon Snow killed his son. So my thing is, one of the two, like he's either gonna be like, I'll give you my child if you should make a deal with him, or he's coming to claim.
Oh, that's one mad one. Because if she gives him the child, it's still a Lannister, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But
that's a bad theory, man.
Cersei, he might turn Cersei, or if he doesn't turn Daenerys, he'll either take the baby and become, or you know what I mean? Because I think, because obviously like children were promised to him, innit? But then I think Jon Snow was supposed to be promised to the Night King,
right?
And he didn't get promised, so it was just like, all right, cool. I'm coming for whoever's pitney is just lying around, innit? Like,
what about if Daenerys has twins and one of the twins gets caught out and like the Night King changes the one of the twins, and then that'll be mad. Ice and fire, man. Ice and fire.
Yeah.
No, but what made me laugh was when oh poor man, when John's the guy just about Samuel, that's it. He was like, bam, Jon, you're the king. You're right there. John's like, I don't want none of this.
I don't want it. I didn't ask for to be a king.
I don't want to be king. I don't even want to be anybody's cousin. Man just wants to sit down in it, like poor thing. Like I was like, Jon, you're Targaryen.
He's got a lot thrown at him. Like even before that, he's got so much responsibility put on him to kind of. But all he wants to do is just to bring people together, just to win this war. And he keeps ending up in these positions of power that he just doesn't want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Yo, Jon. Even died. He's like, oh, peace. Like, no. Where you going?
To die, man. Why you not bringing back to life for, man?
Yeah.
Die. And then the ending bit with my favorite bit was the ending bit with Bram. Man was just sitting there, obviously.
I remember he was like, "What are you doing sitting there?" He's like, "I'm waiting for an old friend." It didn't even occur to me who that old friend was. Like, And then, boy, Jamie rocks up. His hair's brown because he's obviously incognito. His hair's brown. I'm like, God, they got hair dye back then. I'm like, all right. And then,
thinking as well.
And then, he gets there and he's looking around and he sees this boy. He doesn't even recognize the boy, but then when he recognizes that boy, oh man,
Bran is just like, no, but Bran's got too much power. I'm just like, man's just even when he's like, Sam, it's time to tell this. You go do this. He's just moving all the chess pieces together, one step at a time. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know whether it's kind of like a Doctor Strange moment where he's like, I've already seen what's coming. So
I was gonna say
I need to move everything.
My stepdad was like, when we were talking about, my stepdad was like, he's the only one who knows how the season's gonna end.
Yeah, for real, isn't it? For real, man.
But Game of Thrones. Go watch you some Shazam, some Captain Marvel, and if you ain't watched Game of Thrones yet,
we can't help.
You know what? Just lock yourself away. Like, turn your phones off. Just turn off the TV because you're not escaping it. You're gonna be, look. I was walking into Us. I told you this, and people were giving spoilers for Captain Marvel. Like, it's the spoiler age. You're not getting away from it. By how many episodes does this season have? Game of Thrones?
6. Is it 6 or I think it's 6.
6 weeks time. If you haven't watched this, I guarantee you, even if you haven't watched it, you will find out who's sitting on that throne at the end. So I suggest you watch it now. That's all I'm saying.
That's
you got 6 weeks. You got 6 weeks.
Just complete media blackout. No one has geek etiquette anymore.
Do you know what you need to?
It's going to be hard that last day because we get it. We get it.
No. We can watch it at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Just to point out that we can watch it at 2 a.m. I'll do that. I'll stay up because I'm not trying to wake up. Go and it's on the news, like BBC News is putting it on the thing. Yeah. Like, nah, man, I'm watching that. I am watching that. So
and
imagine going to Well, you gotta go to work and everything. You got the whole day. The whole day.
It's straight. It's straight
Might have
6
to call
weeks
it
as well.
There you go. It's like with people on the football results. People can be calm with the football results. Like, okay, don't tell me, don't this, don't that. And then do no. Come on now. Okay, right. Enough Game of Thrones. Watch Game of Thrones.
Yes.
What's next?
Indeed. All right. So Spider-Man: Far From Home. That the date has been moved up. So it's been moved from. It's only a few days though. It's been moved from July the 5th to July the 2nd.
Cool.
So
that's not news.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, not really. I think there was something.
I mean, not on you. I just mean like, why are they doing it?
Yeah.
So basically, I think because it's the 4th of July holiday weekend.
Oh, okay.
So I think what they want to do is bring it out a little bit early so people can also enjoy July. Obviously, it's July 4th of July. So people can probably watch it beforehand, enjoy their holiday, or even watch it on that day to celebrate and things like that. Because bearing in mind, this will be the first movie after Endgame. So it's still gonna, it won't do Endgame numbers, but oh man. Yeah. So Endgame's next week. I can't wait, man. I really can't wait.
Okay, let's finish this script. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah. Spider-Man: Far From Home, 2nd of July, done. Cool. Star Wars.
Good. Oh, see, okay. Seen the trailer?
Yes.
Obviously. Right. Okay.
Did you see the trailer, Kate? Karen,
there was the one where she jumped. It's the one where she jumped up and flipped over, right? Yeah, that was sick. That was probably like the dopest stunt I've ever seen in Star Wars, to be honest.
I was just checking because you don't watch trailers and that. So.
I won't watch Marvel trailers. Marvel, we've been through this.
Okay.
There's like Marvel trailers. I don't watch them because everything is leading up to something big. So I'll watch the other trailers.
But
anyway,
Star Wars trailer felt like it was coming back to what it was supposed to be. If that makes any sense. I am still dubious because they cheated and lied to us. Yeah, they lied to us in the last film with all of this.
I feel like
this. He's turned into a ghost. It was too much. So
the last movie, I feel like because it was a different writer director from it than it was from the
Johnson something.
Yeah, and I think that guy was just taking the piss. In all honesty, I think he does not love the franchise, does not love the fans, and just thought, I'm gonna shit on you guys.
Johnson.
Yeah, he's not a fan. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. No, I think what he did
him dirty.
Yeah, what he did, he just tried to make everything like, I know you're thinking this is gonna happen, but no, this ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that was really badly done. It was like a real slap in the face. It was such a slap in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
I did like the music. It had that kind of what was it? Return of the Jedi kind of music. Like the like the orchestra kind of like this is the final kind of bit. I don't know. It's the title, obviously, The Rise of Skywalker. Is that for Rey or is that for what's his face?
Well, you can't say The Rise of Skywalker because it could only be for Kylo because Kylo
he's a Skywalker.
She's technically nobody who led the Force. It's dumb.
Do you know what I heard actually or saw somewhere? I can't remember. I think it might be what's it, the Weekly Planet or something. Yeah, I think it was the Weekly Planet, but she could be, because there's word of and I must say I actually thought it was Mark Hamill's laugh at the end when I first saw it. I didn't realize that it wasn't until later when people were saying, oh, it's the Emperor's back. I thought it was Mark Hamill because it sounded like the Joker laugh to me. We lost Karen for a sec.
Sorry, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
He's forced ghosting. Yeah, go.
He's forced ghosting indeed. He's gone all blue in that, man.
There you go.
But yeah, there's a shot where Rey is looking upon the destroyed Death Star, and people were saying it's Emperor Palpatine is back somehow. So
I don't know what I missed in that trailer. I remember her standing on, I don't know, it looked like that planet that Luke Skywalker's from. And then a ship coming at her. She's all like charging up Dragon Ball Z style, jumps, pulls out the lightsaber, the thing comes at her, and she does this flip, and then the trailer ends. And everyone's talking about Palpatine. And I'm like, what did I miss in those 2 seconds on the trailer?
Basically, you got Mark Hamill talking. What does he say? I'm trying to listen to it. He says, no one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
And then it fades to black. And this is when she's looking at the Death Star, the destroyed Death Star. And then it fades to black and you hear a laugh, which I thought was Mark Hamill, but apparently it's the Emperor Palpatine. But the thing is, basically what I think it could be, because I've been reading Darth Vader, the comic, and that's all canon. And basically what happens is when they die, when the Siths die, they can be they live in objects. So there's an old Sith from back in the day when what's Darth Vader's palace or planet called? I can't remember the name of it, but he's got this planet that he lives on. And there was an old Sith mask, and the entity of that Sith lives inside the mask. So if you put the mask on someone else, then his essence comes to life in that being, whoever's put it on. So they was trying to build Darth Vader was trying to build his castle, but it had to be built in a certain way so it can kind of pull in the dark energy around the planet. So they went through loads of different designs, and basically that's it. The Sith can live in objects. So seeing the Death Star destroyed makes me think that the entity of Palpatine is still on the Death Star. So maybe Kylo Ren's gone over there, and he can communicate with Palpatine somehow.
Yeah,
so,
maybe, yeah.
But then they still need to make Rey family, because it doesn't make any sense if she's not. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
The other thing I was going to say, sorry, because that what I was saying about what happened on what I heard on the Weekly Planet was that there was a comic back in the days where, because they couldn't talk about Clone Wars or anything, but there was a comic where Palpatine cloned the lost hands of Luke Skywalker, and basically made an evil Luke. So what could be is that Rey could be a clone, a female clone of Luke.
I would love that, so that if she wasn't like someone's kid or niece or but if she was a clone, that's why she's force sensitive. I would like that. I would be like, okay. You did it. Yeah. You brought me in without having to be like the cliche, because if the last rad director was trying to fake us out, then I like that.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was Star Wars. They had their panel, Star Wars celebration, and even the actor who plays Palpatine came out on stage. And if you're wondering, it is the same Palpatine from the original Star Wars from the 70s, because apparently he was in his 30s when he played Palpatine, and he's the same guy.
Now he's older. Yeah.
And now he's older. He played the same character in the prequels. And basically what they were saying, the director, I'm missing out on his name right now, but he said this one will connect all of them together, like even the prequels, 70s, all the Star Wars will be connected together. So that theory about Rey being a clone of Luke is probably that's a good theory that I'm kind of thinking. Theory.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I
feel like
Star Wars, because you had a DC moment back then.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like people were excited about the wrong thing. Everyone's talking about Palpatine, but why is nobody talking about the fat that Lando Calrissian is back.
Yeah.
That's where I got excited. That's where I was like, Lando.
Lando.
I was like, yeah, Lando's back.
Yeah. He's
Put a
come
little bit
back
of
to
seasoning
claim
on this.
Leia.
No, that is exciting. No, like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. But
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
done. Well done. Okay. What's
So
next?
Star Wars is due to come out on December the 20th.
Okay.
But
Christmas, as
not
usual.
only were they talking about Star Wars, there was also showed a trailer for the Mandalorian as well, which apparently will be out when the Disney Plus comes out. We're going to talk about the Disney Plus in a bit as well. But yeah, when Disney Plus is released, that's when the Mandalorian will come out. There was a little trailer that of the Mandalorian, which looks pretty damn good, I must say. So, and together with that, if you don't know, the Mandalorian is a TV series. I'm not sure how many episodes they would have though. But after episode 9, apparently Bob Iger said that Star Wars movies will go on a hiatus. So we won't have any Star Wars films. We'll more than likely just have the TV series. Yeah.
Well, not even like what's the one like kind of the one that took place before? Kind of like just the sub movies, you know, not the main core story ones. We're not gonna get any of those.
Well,
like you know, we got the Han Solo movie, and we got what's that other movie? The other one where it took place just before
Rogue One.
Episode 1. Yeah, Rogue One.
Yeah,
we're not gonna get any of those.
No. So, well, there is another trilogy coming out by Ryan Johnson. Which was officially announced, but that's still in the making. That won't be out for a good few years anyway. You've got the Game of Thrones creators, who they're actually doing a new series as well. So they are still doing Star Wars stuff, but I think for now it's just going to be a TV on their Disney Plus and be TV series instead.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm actually looking forward to Mandalorian and the Disney TV Disney Plus streaming service.
Are we even gonna get that? Are we even gonna get that over here?
Okay, so with the streaming service, we will be getting it. It's not like the DC.
That was stupid on their part. So we're getting a Disney one.
Yeah. So basically, they've got like a timetable. It seems like we should be getting it in the first or second quarter of next year, of 2020. The actual service will officially debut on November the 12th in the States. So. North America, it should be in the first quarter. Europe will be in the first or second quarter. Latin America, it should be in the first quarter of 2021, I think.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what? At least they're doing their worldwide fans. I don't get DC and Warner Brothers. Like,
yeah.
You lot are going to make me change.
Yeah. So
come on, man.
There is quite a lot of things that I mean, this is going to be crazy as well because the price as well. I think it's like $6.99. So the cost will be $6.99 a month. That's cheaper than Netflix.
Very cheap.
So for the entire and there's an option to pay for the entire year, which is $69.99. Which works out to be $5.83 per month. So that's a killer. That is a Netflix, CBS killer.
Can you imagine this? Like they do that now. Obviously, going to do that, and then they're going to be like, Netflix is going to be like, all right, we're poking here. What we're going to do? Disney's like, I mean, we could buy you. I feel like this is a monopoly table right now because Disney's got way too much property.
Yeah,
Disney will be like, yeah, we'll buy you. Then announcement, the Defenders are back.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Could you imagine if this was all like a ploy to get Netflix?
pretty
We
much.
don't want a streaming service. We want yours.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
days.
that would
Then
be
they'll have
something, though.
Netflix, Fox. That Disney's too much, man. Oh
Mm.
my gosh. Coming like Google
So-
and AI. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, speaking of Fox, The Simpsons will be on it as well. So you got The Simpsons. You got Disney is clearly hoping to drop big things from Toy Story 4 as well. Obviously, you'll get all the Toy Story films on there. You've got the making of documentary of Frozen 2.
Oh wow.
You've got the new Star Wars film. Not much is said about the Obi-Wan show. Remember we were talking about that. We've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe TV shows as well. You've got Loki coming out, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that is with Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Tom Hiddleston with Loki as well. They've also said that there's a new title with Vision and Scarlet Witch, which is called WandaVision.
Oh yeah.
Also,
That's the best they could come up with.
Yeah.
well, yeah, WandaVision. Well, she hasn't officially been called Scarlet Witch in the movies, so
Yeah,
you know,
not yet. Yeah.
not yet. So,
Has she not?
no, she hasn't.
We've been calling her that all the time. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's a bit
man.
like Shazam not having a superhero name in the film, but anyway,
Yeah.
we've also got
And the comics currently.
and the comics as well. Yeah, we've also got the animated What If as well. And actually, we've got news on the first one, and that one will be Peggy Carter becoming Captain America, and Steve Rogers donning an Iron Man suit in World War II. So,
okay.
yeah.
But are they getting the actors? Is Chris Evans and what's her
Apparently
face
they'll be
gonna
doing the voice. Yeah.
Oh, it's animated. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
animated.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that they're still doing the voice then. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you've also got High School Musical, the series, Diary of a
also got the
Female.
Lego movies and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm sure those will be on there.
Lego movies.
Yeah.
You know, Lego Batman, Lego.
Are they
Disney?
Disney?
Well, the Lego Batman one, for example, will be DC. Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
true.
Sorry.
True.
No, but they did Lego.
But Lego, and again, the Lego movie had Batman in it.
Yeah, true.
But aren't they?
I don't
Wait,
think
is
the Lego
Lego-
movie.
I don't think it's Disney. I don't think
No, I think they
have
actually
the
made a
rights to do
joke.
it is actually Warner Brothers. It's Warner
Yeah, I was
Brothers.
gonna say, I think they actually made a joke in the. They made a joke in the second Lego movie. I haven't seen it, but there was a joke about how they they contacted Disney to try and get some of the Marvel characters, but they didn't.
Oh, right.
I'm sure there's a joke in that movie I heard. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because in
they
the
won't be.
Spider-Man movie, remember he was holding like Spider-Man's friend. I can't remember his name. He was holding the Death Star, but the Lego Death Star. That's why I was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
it's
like,
yeah.
Lego able to go back and forth. So I was like, okay, sorry, that was my mistake. My mistake, people. So yes, oh well. I thought they'd had the Lego movie, but I'm wrong.
I suppose because that would be, although it's Lego, it would be Disney merchandise. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we go.
that's
Okay,
different
never mind.
laws going there.
Yeah. So you got original movies as well. You got Lady and the Tramp, Noelle, the Phineas and Ferb movie. That's the
Phineas and Ferb.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right.
Togo.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to have Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Avengers Endgame will obviously be on there. Aladdin, Toy Story 4, Lion King, Maleficent. You've got all the films. There's such a big list of films there. 101 Dalmatians, Bambi,
Well, you know what?
Cars, Fantasia, everything.
Looks like I'll be getting the Disney Plus streaming. The Disney Plus streaming service.
Yeah.
You lost, man. You lost, DC. You lost.
You lost.
I was willing to give you my money without a second thought. I was just like, here, Young Justice, Titans, take my money. But no.
Do you know?
Once you no, hang on, let me finish this. Once you announce that the DC service is coming to the UK, I'm gonna be like, is it now? Is it? We ain't getting my money. No, I'm giving it to Disney. Disney can have my money because Disney Disney has been taking care of me a lot longer than you have. And every time I'm like, DC, come on, I want that love, DC. You're like, no, no, you live over there. We ain't about you. So I'm like, cool, I'll be over here with my Disney streaming service. All right?
Yeah.
That was a rant, boy.
Yeah, DC still got 2 comics to drop before they drop streaming service. So
yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
For real though.
Oh my god. Okay, what's that? Sorry.
Sorry, what I was just going to say as well, if you actually think about it, what we will possibly get as well, because remember back in the days when we was watching X-Men and Spider-Man, they're all Fox animated. So I wouldn't be surprised if those were on the...
They come back on the show, on the thing. I mean, that would mean nothing to me because I have them on, hard copy.
Video and stuff,
Nah, video, DVD.
Shit, like...
I got them on DVD. But Richard probably has them on video. He used to record them and bring them over. So I don't know what you do.
Actually, I recently went to my mother's and threw away quite a lot of VHSs. So I probably don't have it.
No.
All right. No, that's understandable. I remember a few years back, I had to make that hard decision to do as well.
Yeah. It pained me, man. Really.
I remember the Street Fighter anime TV show. I had it all videos on VHS, like proper purchase, not recorded from somewhere. I used to get my little bit of pocket money, go to Forbidden Planet, where Forbidden Planet used to be.
Yeah.
Where it used to be, and buy those videos every week until I got the whole collection. I used to watch them all the time. And then DVDs came out. They didn't re-release them over here. And I remember some years back, I was like, I have to get rid of my videos.
Yeah.
It was harsh.
Just a couple more things as well, since we're still on the Disney stuff. Hawkeye, there should be a TV show as well that actually has Hawkeye passing the torch to Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
He is dope. One of the best female Marvel characters. Period.
I need to read that.
She is dope, man.
Was it Matt Fraction?
Matt Fraction,
yeah. I do need to read that. Also, there should be a docu-series coming out as well, 2 Marvel docu-series. Okay. So one of them will be titled Marvel 616. It's produced by Chef's Table documentarians, the Supper Club, who have signed an overall deal with Disney Plus and focus on the ways Marvel stories and characters relate to real-world people, including creators. The title is a reference to the sometimes used multiverse numerical designation for the core Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a description here, actually. Marvel 616 is an analogical documentary series exploring the intersections between Marvel's rich legacy of stories, characters, and creators, and the world outside your window. Told through the lens of the diverse group of filmmakers, each documentary will dive into the rich history, cultural, and societal context that has become inseparable from stories of the Marvel Universe. The series is produced by Marvel New Media in partnership with Supper Club, executive produced by Joe Quesada, Stephen Wecker, Shane Rahmani, John Sorelli, Harry Go, and Sarah Amos for Marvel, and David Gleb, Brian McGinn, and Jason Sternham from Supper Club. I did pretty well on those names.
The names.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Big up Stitch. 6 on 6. Just had to put that in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So what's next?
The second, described as feel-good kids show, is titled Marvel's Hero Project and focuses on young people who have made a difference in their communities. Marvel's Heroes Project reveals the remarkable positive changes young heroes are making in their own communities. These inspiring kids have dedicated their lives to selfless acts of bravery, kindness, and now Marvel celebrates them as the true superheroes they are. Produced by Marvel New Media in partnership with Maggie Vision Productions, executively produced by Joe Quesada, Stephen Wecker, Shane Ramini, Liz Wales, and Sarah Amos for Marvel, and Mura Mandit and John Hirsch for Maggie Vision Productions. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, man.
In the
We like
younger
it.
generation.
We like it. Yeah, young
Yeah.
people.
And just another quick one. Kevin Feige's 5-year plan for Marvel's Marvel Universe.
Another 5 years, Kevin. All right.
Yeah. So Kevin Feige was talking to IO9. He said it's all just beginning, and the 5-year plan that we've been working on, we were working on before. And so basically, this is in reference to X-Men as well, coming to the Marvel universe. It's all just the beginning, and the 5-year plan that we've been working on, we were working on before any of that was set. So really, it's much more for us, less about specifics and when and where the X-Men will appear right now, and more just the comfort factor and how nice it is that they're home, that they're all back, but it will be a long time. The slate that we're building.
Well, I would just like to point out that he said a very long time.
Yeah, exactly. The slate we're building over the next 5 years is not apples to apples, he said, when asked to compare the past and the future. It is two very distinct things, and I hope they'll feel very distinct, but there is a similar mentality going into it, which is how can we continue to tell stories with some of the characters that audiences already know and love in a unique way, in a different way, in a surprising way, of which we have a lot of plans and ideas and work towards going into. Then how can we introduce new characters that even hardcore fans, comic fans, have barely known or barely heard of? That's really exciting. So yeah, that's the 5 years plan, which will probably not include the X-Men for now.
But he didn't say anything about the Fantastic Four.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. You got to read between the lines.
Exactly. You got to read what is not said.
Yeah. So everyone's like, "Oh, when are the X-Men coming?" Yeah, we want to see X-Men, but there are others.
Yeah.
There are.
So, having said that, I kind of want to see the X-Men. Like, I don't care about characters that I don't know who they are.
Yeah, true.
We've been waiting too long, and we deserve the.
I think yes. Well, we deserve the X-Men. Don't mess us about like that. Don't do a DC on us. Don't DC us.
No.
Don't do DC.
Well, speaking of X-Men, I don't know if you guys have been watching Gifted, which actually was pretty decent. It was a pretty decent show. Emphasize was because it's now been cancelled by Fox.
Oh my god!
See, DC are just postponing things, and then Disney and Fox just cancelling things. Just like, nope.
Fox doesn't have a choice, man. I'm assuming this is because of the whole merger thing. So this is
possibly. It debuted in 2007 and follows the Strucker family whose life is turned upside down when they learn that their children have mutant abilities. So basically,
the show was Heroes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
This is probably why I watched the first episode and I was like, "This is Heroes."
Yeah, I watched the trailer. And thought, "This is Heroes." I'm like, I ain't watching Heroes again.
Even the girl, she looks like the girl who played what's her name? Yeah. So this is from comicbook.com. Derek Hoffman, he said, "We really tried to hammer out that they're not much different than you and I, and that hopefully their experiences are relatable to the audience, that they'll go through things that are relatable to the audience. And by doing that, it's all about the metaphor for the characters and making sure that the audience is invested in the relationships between the characters. I love the Strucker family. I feel really bad for what we put them through. I enjoy it very much, but we try to put them through the ringer and see what they're made of and pull them apart and put them back together and really put the characters through the ringer." It's going to be a big season finale. This is the first episode where production was like, we have to do a meeting where everyone comes and sits there for a full hour approving effects, all meeting long, because there was so much. Production was basically like, this is impossible. I don't know what you're thinking. You shouldn't have written this. I was like, everyone breathe. We'll figure it out. So apparently the last episode will be crazy.
It needs to be. So,
yeah.
Bye, Gifted. Sorry, babes.
Yeah. See you later.
Later.
So yeah, that's all the Disney/Marvel news for now.
Right. Well, let's go on to good old DC Comics.
DC. What's going on in DC?
Yeah. This is where I lie down for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things we can possibly quickly go through. DC's actually casted their Bruce Wayne for Titans. It will be Game of Thrones actor Ian Glenn. If you don't know, he actually plays Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones. The guy who's in the friend zone, Mr. Friend Zone. So yeah, he will be playing Batman. I don't know what to think about it, to be fair.
Wait, sorry, what guy is in
Mr.
the friend zone?
Daenerys friend zone guy who loves her to bits but can never be with her.
The one who got
the one who was with him in episode 8 to meet. This is the guy who cured him. That guy. Yeah. He's gonna be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. So what do you think?
No.
Can we get Christian Bale back? I'll take Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Can we dig up Adam West?
That's so cold. That's
not cold.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that as well.
I just don't see him. And he's only ginger or something like that. What's his hair? Or blonde? Oh man.
I'm sure they'll make.
And he's old.
I mean.
Yeah. I would have thought Bruce Wayne would have been younger in Titans.
Yeah, not even that. He doesn't even look like old, as in I take care of myself old. He just looks like I've aged. I'm old. Like I'm here. This is how I'm aging. I don't drink any.
We're not ageist here. Okay, we're just.
No. I'm sorry. In terms of Batman, I'm ageist, right? Because Batman is jumping off rooftops. He's climbing. He's like one of the most dangerous human beings in the world. And this guy, and he's dope in Game of Thrones, but he just doesn't scream most dangerous man in the world to me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I
don't know. He's fairly skinny as well, in a sense that I wouldn't picture him being Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And he's 57 years old, so I don't know.
What is up with all the old Batman that they're giving us these days? Like, where is that?
Remember they're giving you old man Batman.
I didn't ask for that. I want Batman. I want.
Not for Titans though, as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, Dick Grayson is supposed to be. I mean, I don't know if they've said his age in the show, but he's early Nightwing, so Batman is supposed to be still young enough to be out there and be Batman.
Yeah, because he is the first Robin as well. So
yeah, exactly. So
he's got to go through 4 more Robins as well. I mean,
I'm not feeling.
I don't know. Yeah, I was quite shocked at that myself.
Next.
Apparently, DC Universe the app will be available on Xbox One. But still,
streaming services, is it?
Yeah, it's still not available in the UK though. So, I mean,
so you put it on the Wasteman console, only for it not to be. Whatever, man. That's not news.
Next.
Deadshot is no longer in Suicide Squad, but Idris Elba will still be in it. Has a different character, which we do not know who yet.
Deadshot's character is dead. They just read him out like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Deadshot is dead.
I'm sorry. I just don't accept that. And what I mean is, that is bad writing. If you didn't want him to be in a movie because they couldn't get Will Smith back for whatever reason, Why do they always kill off characters? Why don't they leave the character out there in case?
He's not
No,
dead in the film. It's just that they're not using him.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
using him.
I thought he was dead, as in. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, because they got Idris Elba to replace him, but now he's not going to be Deadshot anymore. He's going to be a different character. So, Justin Kroll for Variety, basically he wrote, "It is unknown what character Elba would now be playing, but after taking the last could be." But after taking the last few weeks to discuss, everyone involved felt that this was the right move. The team also did not want to feel as if it was disrespecting Smith, who helped bring this character to life for the first time by replacing him with Elba. While many believe changes are still slim for a future return, the discussion keeps the door open for Smith to possibly come back in future films.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Since his original reason for leaving had to do with scheduling and not creative differences. So, Suicide Squad is scheduled to be out in theaters August 6th, 2021.
And I won't be there.
It will still be James Gunn, though. It will still be James Gunn, so...
Yeah. Do you know what? This one actually has the potential to be better than the last. And considering how I think DC or Warner Brothers are aware of how they've been flopping hard, I think they're going to try a lot harder to make this...
work.
Yeah, to make this work. I still won't be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that we've got back for Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like, I don't need.
Yeah, it's like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad 2 will be good, and people will be like, all right, there's hope for this franchise. And Suicide Squad 3 still has to come out.
It seems like it could actually be a chore for him now rather than a project. Like
he's not gonna put his best. He's not gonna. He probably thought, all right, bun Marvel. Like, I'm gonna put some effort into this DC. Now he's probably thinking, I can't wait to go home.
Yeah.
Let me get this done. So let me just get this done. You know, get my name on it. Get my check.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
The chemistry he's gonna have, because Suicide Squad is a team movie that he's doing as well.
Yeah.
So like he's gonna be missing Zoe Saldana and Batista. He's gonna be missing his boys, like, and he's gonna have to work with these DC dudes, and it's not gonna be the same. He's not gonna put the love in it. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be the same.
No.
Oh dear. And how did you do that, Idris Elba? Heimdall, come back.
Hey there, man. Well, he's dead now, but you know.
I know, but still. Could you do this? But God, anyway, yes.
Yeah. So this one is a pretty big news.
It is. I'm upset.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard about it. So Stranger Things creators are to stand trial for stealing the plot of the Netflix series.
That's 2 shows on Netflix now.
Yeah, 2 shows on Netflix. So here's a story. Apparently, this is from The Independent news. Matt and Ross Duffer, the creators of Stranger Things, will stand trial after being accused of stealing the plot for their next Netflix series. The showrunner are prepping season 3 of the show. That trailer came out. Actually, it looks okay. I didn't watch all of it. But yeah, their attempts to get plagiarism lawsuit dismissed was thrown out by an LA judge. Director Charlie Kessler has sued the duo for allegedly stealing a key idea from his 2011 found footage short film Montauk, I think. I think that's how you say it. So basically, Kessler alleges that he pitched a series based on his short film to the Duffer Brothers at the Tribeca Film Festival party in 2014, but they reportedly didn't show interest. The director expressed plans to actively develop a feature version of Montauk, a paranormal tale set near a mysterious military base, to film back in 2010. However, I think that date is wrong. Actually, 2010. That film. That's yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
However, in 2015, Netflix announced a series that would later become Stranger Things under the original title Montauk. The plot reads: in the series set in 1980, Montauk, Long Island, a young boy vanishes into thin air. As friends, family, and local police searches for answers, they are drawn into the extraordinary mystery involving top-secret government experiments, terrifying supernatural forces, and one very strange little girl. Montauk is a love letter to the 80s classic that captivated a generation. That very much sounds like
Stranger Things season 1.
Yeah.
Did you not ever hear it?
Lion King. It's Star Trek and the board game. Now it's strange. Can you please?
I was gonna say, did you not ever hear about that black woman who got millions? I forgot her name, but she got millions for the Matrix and Terminator.
Oh,
the Matrix and Terminator. It was her.
Yeah,
she
that was
wrote a book.
Yeah.
She wrote a book and she got millions because they stole her shizzle.
Yep.
This woman,
because
she was a nobody.
If asks you, the Matrix was created by a black woman.
And Terminator.
Just so you know.
But it's because she was a nobody. So these, these people with money. This is why. Got my ideas, but until they're legalized, I ain't saying nothing to nobody. Because when that person has money, and they're like, and then connect and the know-how, I ain't telling nobody nothing. You lot are just gonna be.
Yeah, but then you can sue them and get millions for it.
Yeah, I'd rather not. But the annoying thing is, you know what? The annoying thing is, we'll use the woman as the Matrix woman as an example. People aren't gonna care. We care because we're black. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
people still don't even know that the Russo brother, or the whatever brothers, they're like, they created this thing, and I'm like, no. Even when Will Smith was talking about, I'm like, you're talking about these guys, you're telling this story, but you need to be telling the real story of like,
and again,
that was
fans of Stranger Things are gonna be like, and like we like Stranger Things. Do you know what I mean? Fans of Lion King was stolen from, what was it, that Japanese,
Kimba.
The White Lion? Was it? Yeah, Kimba. I ain't never seen Kimba, so I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Kimba is exactly the same, like clouds and everything, like exactly.
Yeah, no, I remember Simpsons made a joke about it as well. When Bleeding Gums Murphy dies, like, you have to avenge me, Kimba. I mean Simba.
That's it. Simpsons are rude, you know.
For real.
But I'm just saying, like, diehard fans aren't gonna care. I think it's a shame, and this is really disappointing regarding Stranger Things. I thought when I saw this is great.
Nice and original.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice. Yeah, we were talking about it as if like the homages to Ghostbusters and other things like Stand By Me and Goonies and do you know what I mean? All that 80s. E.T. That scene that was reminiscent. You remember the scene on the bikes in Stranger Things where they were being chased by the government? It was so reminiscent of E.T. That was dope. And it's such a shame now that's almost been tainted. Like fans like us will probably gonna be like, oh, that's a shame. But you're gonna get diehard ones that don't care. Just certain fans aren't gonna care, and I think it's a shame.
Yeah.
People
the guy
just
who originally wrote Stranger Things. Well done, and thank you for the idea, because the idea was so good that they lied to you and took it. So if anything, know that your idea was amazing, and now you even though it's them, you have a fan base that actually appreciate you and appreciate.
I hope they win it. I hope they win the case, man. Especially and with the Star Trek one as well. I hope that guy wins the case because.
Yeah, me too. Plagiarism is wrong, man.
Just give the man a chance. You could have. You. The joke is, you could have still had the script. You could have been like, all right, cool, we like this script, and you all could have still, you know what I mean, had money. You know what I mean?
People are greedy. Why can't we make money together instead of having to take? There's money for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of taking stuff, or not, actually, AMC's Preacher's final season has a premiere date, which is August the 4th. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but it has been pretty good. It has been really good.
I've been wanting to read the comic. Is it Outcast comic? Isn't it the same, or is it just me?
Oh, Outcast is a different comic. Outcast is a different show as well.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, there's Outcast. Was Preacher a comic before, or is it just me?
Yeah, it was a comic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to read the comic first because I did hear that the comic was actually really good, but I did hear that the show was amazing, so I need to jump back on it. I didn't get a chance to. I think it came out when Walking Dead was at the height of its goodness.
Yeah.
So I was Walking Dead, and then Walking Dead fell off, and I fell off. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, it has been really good. I've enjoyed it. I've not read the comics, so I don't have a biased kind of thing towards it. Opinion towards it. So it's I've heard people who've read the comics didn't really like it much, especially season 1, because it kind of didn't have anything to do with the comics. It kind of was a prequel to the comics, I think. So
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the final season. I wish it would extend to more seasons, but yeah, season 4, final one. I'm gonna watch it. It's been great.
Yeah, it sounds like
watch Preacher.
TV show that's it's good if it's condensed. Sometimes you just if it's too longed out, it can get lost. So if 4 seasons is not.
Like the TV show Lost.
Yo, Lord of mercy. When I saw the mercy. I was like, I'm out. Polar bear in the jungle, wherever they were. I was like, I'm okay.
I think what was disappointing for me was that when they got there was this mystery about this island, and then there was this monster in the island. We're like, oh my god, what is that? And they're running from it. And then we heard it one day, and we saw it, and it was just like a black cloud. I was like, okay, I'm done now.
I never watched it, so
you weren't missing anything, man.
Yeah, people dropped off at different points, but we were like,
it was that show that people were talking about, but I remember, I don't know how many seasons that went on for, but I watched say season 1, maybe up to 2. And I remember I hadn't watched it for about 2 or 3 seasons, went back into a later season, and nothing had changed. I hadn't missed anything. What kind of show is that? Yeah, I had not missed anything. And I was like,
and then
why are you not still talking about this?
The rudeness was at the end, where it was all a dream. It was one of the characters dying, and he hallucinated all of it while he was dying. I was like, you lot are bastards. You know what? I'm glad I didn't watch any of this. I just watched the last one.
Yeah, that's Libby's.
See, I didn't even know how it ended, to be honest. I didn't even watch that. And I'm glad I didn't watch that.
Yeah, you would have been pissed. Yeah. I was like, no.
Which character was it?
Sorry, by Preacher. Huh?
Sorry, which character was it in Lost? The guy. Okay, all right.
The main guy. I can't remember his name. And he was in love with that woman. I can't remember his name. But yeah, him. Yeah, he was dying basically. He was dying from the plane crash, and then it was all a dream. I used to read product magazine. All of that. So, yeah. Anyway, bye Preacher. It was good knowing you. You were great. Go read the comics. What is that? Sorry.
It's actually sad news. A couple of, I don't know. Personally, it's sad news for me. The next one, this one, probably everyone might be sad about it, but Why the Last Man is rumored to have been cancelled by FX.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the comic book okay, so all the Y chromosomes, all the male chromosomes get killed off, so all animals, male animals and die. They just drop off the face of the earth, and there's only women left, except for one guy and his monkey, and
he's a monkey.
Huh?
And he's a monkey, did you say?
No, there's a guy, but he has a pet monkey.
So
his pet monkey's called Ampersand, which is funny, and his name is Uric, whatever. So he has to go around figuring out with all of these women that he meets along the way why the last man, why is he the last man, you know what I mean? So it's actually,
he's asking the wrong questions.
But no, it's just if you get a chance to read the comics are good. The comics are dense. They're encyclopedia dense, but they're
Yeah,
really good comics.
I've not started reading mine yet, shamefully.
Yeah, no, when you have time, read them, because I'm still on issue 5, 6, whatever, and I'm just like, in a minute. You know what I mean? But no, that's upsetting. They're gonna they cancelled it. I was looking at that.
Are they cancelling it in the sense that they're going to give it an ending, or is it just going to get cancelled and leave you?
It's all a rumor at the moment. According to Bleeding Cool, I got this from comicbook.com, but according to Bleeding Cool, a source has indicated that FX has cancelled this series order for Y: The Last Man. No additional details about the rumor cancellation was available at the time of this article, blah, blah, blah. But basically Matthew Vaughn, who is Brian K. Vaughan, who was the writer for the comic. Basically, what he said was when Green is who's Green? Michael Green. They were the showrunners. So he said when Green first pitched his idea on it to Nina Jacobson, our producer, and a long time ago, he came in saying he wanted to do something about toxic masculinity. It felt very relevant, and unfortunately, I think it's only become more relevant with each passing day. His take on it was really brave and very different, but exciting as well. I really admire how audacious he's been with the transition. That kind of really didn't explain anything to this story, really.
Just like, okay, why are you putting toxic masculinity into a storyline where there's no men? Like,
yeah,
I get it. I'm not saying, okay, I give my word, but I'm not saying that obviously toxic masculinity is not a thing and toxic femininity is not a thing. I get it. But in this instance, we're just talking about there's no men on the planet or males on the planet on any species. And why is this guy the last man? Just focus on that, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Can talk about, obviously, because there's limited resources, there's not enough pilots, there's not enough people who run ships, because obviously women, that in itself is an explanation for
to explore
toxic. Exactly. That those kind of traits, the after effects of not letting women have equalness. You know what I mean? That is the after effect. You don't need to then hone in on it all the time. You know what I mean? Just do the story. It's already a really good story. But anyway,
exactly. I would like. The reason why, because I've got volume 1 and I still haven't read it, but I mean, I really do want to read it because that story in itself is very interesting. Just to see how the world would be like and what would how it would be, with just women and one guy and a monkey, And I think that kind of story you can, that story you can actually. It would be a very good TV series, definitely. I think.
Yeah, it would. But hopefully, bring it back, Disney, because Disney's resurrection right now. So.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is next?
So the final news of the day. I don't know whether I'm happy or sad about it. I think I'm actually sad.
I'm okay. Just drop it and we'll discuss.
Okay, so Netflix Cowboy Bebop has named their cast. So we have John Chow, Mustafa Shakur, Danielle Pineda, and Alex Hassel, who've all been casted in the Cowboy Bebop TV series. Chow will be playing Spike Spiegel. Described as an impossible cool bounty hunter with a deadly smile, a wary wit, and style to spare. He travels the solar system with his ex-cop partner Jet, pursuing the future's most dangerous bounties with a combination of charm, charisma, and deadly Jet Kundo.
Jeet Kune Do.
Jeet Kune Do. Sorry. Chow obviously was in Star Trek. And as well as Harold and Kumar films. Apparently, he's going to appear in the Twilight.
Wait, is it the MILF? Is it MILF guy?
Not MILF guy. No, it's.
I was going to say.
He played Harold in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah,
and
he was one of the MILF guys.
He was Sulu in Star Trek.
I swear that's one of the MILF guys.
It might be. It might be.
MILF guys playing Spike Speak. Oh my days! What is the world coming to?
Yeah.
Go and Google the scene in American Pie. MILF.
Oh yeah,
MILF.
yeah,
and that guy is gonna be Spike Spiegel. Like I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm just gonna jump in there. Okay, I'm not too worried about the female characters. I'm not worried about them. Like, I'm not too fussed. This is fine. Because I feel like they're pretty much unknown. They're not really big, and which I don't mind. That's fine.
Yeah.
Spike. Okay, I'm gonna get back to Spike. Jet. Okay, like I said before in chat, why is he black? I know it sounds bad, and we've said this before. Like, I don't mind if there are black characters, then obviously yes, have a black actor. But Mama's not black in it. He's not, and I don't.
I think he is.
I just.
He's tan. He's a bit tanned, isn't he? Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Cool.
But he's not. He's not black. I know. I'm being real. He's not black. Yeah, he's not black. He's not black.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, if you wanted to put a black character in there, fine, do that. But the core of Cowboy Bebop, they're not. You know what I mean? He's not black. That's like saying you have Archer, and you're making Archer's girlfriend. I can't remember her name, so my head's gone.
Lana.
Yeah, Lana. You're making her white. Okay, then we have an issue. Okay, because Lana is definitely black. Okay, you know what I mean. So I'm just like, and then as well with Spike as well. I'm just like, I might need to see it.
Yeah,
I just anyway, because it's Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's vintage. For me as well. It's very vintage. I would rather if they was to come out and say, this has got Game of Thrones budget. We're going to be in space. We're going to have mad space chases, mad fighting. You know, some. You know, I think it's. I don't know. I think it's too soon, and I don't think there's enough money going into it for it to be for me to appreciate it personally. I don't think I will. I will watch it. Obviously, I need to watch it and see what it's like. And also, they haven't even named who's going to be Ed either, which is quite, Ed is the main character as well. You need to have Ed in there. If Ed ain't in there,
it wouldn't surprise me if they left Ed out. It wouldn't surprise me if they left Ed out because they wouldn't know how to do Ed. No. Ed is a very strange, obscure character. And I agree with you. If you're doing Cowboy Bebop, do it properly. I agree. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me if they left Ed out. I'm not saying they should. I'm saying it wouldn't surprise me if they did. But which
is very upsetting because
I could just imagine them not knowing how to do Ed. So it's like, well then let's just not have Ed.
Just not.
But I know they've not got a character. They've not got an actor here for Ed.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if they're bringing in Keanu Reeves to do producing, coming in, and because he's a Bebop fan, when he was saying he wants to play Bebop, I'm like, babe, back in the day you could have played Bebop. Like right now, no, not now.
The only saving grace for me, personally, is that the original director Watanabe, he's going to be consulting on it. So hopefully they don't do one of those things where it's like, he's consulting, but we ain't gonna listen to him kind of thing. I really hope that he's involved, like majorly involved with it, and he's throwing ideas and they're keeping the ideas with it.
Yeah, they have to, otherwise we will tear this apart to shreds, and I will boycott this. If I watch the first episode and I'm not like,
you're not going to cancel your Netflix though, are you?
I'm not cancelling my Netflix, but I'm taking this off the list, you know? Yeah. It's just like, no. But no. It's too much. We'll see. Because you know what I mean? They brought Avatar: The Last Airbender back with obviously the original directors and producers, so we still have to wait for that. And now you want to do Cowboy Bebop. Okay.
That's another one. If they whitewash that show, oh my days, the Avatar one, the Last Airbender one.
Yeah.
I want to see Chinese people. I want to see Chinese people for the monks for the air monks. I want to see Japanese people for the fire people, the Fire Kingdom. I want to see kind of like Inuit, kind of Eskimo. I think Eskimo is the wrong term, but like Inuit kind of people for the water tribes. And then everyone else can be miscellaneous. I don't care when they go from town to town, but the main races should be these. Don't be throwing in white to please white and black to be. No, do it properly. Do it properly.
Asian massive all up in there.
Yeah.
But so fingers crossed for Cowboy Bebop. Let us
definitely. So that's issue 58 for the Source Board.
Wow.
We are back. Next week, obviously we won't be talking about Endgame because it will be out that night. But I've got my midnight ticket.
Me too.
So
late night.
Where are you watching
it?
What's the date today?
Today is 29th.
Today's date.
19th. It's 19th, sorry.
Oh man. All right. I need to find some money. To go see Endgame, obviously. All right.
Where are you watching it, Isha?
I'm watching it in Stratford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in Dulwich.
Kieran, are you working the next day?
The next day of what?
On
Thursday.
Next week.
Thursday.
Yeah, Friday. It's a regular Friday day. Why?
Are you working Thursday?
Yeah, because it's regular.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Sorry. Okay. No, I was gonna. I'll text you when we finish.
Okay.
But yes. Okay.
All right. Well.
But yes, Endgame special.
Yes. Actually, we could
predictions for Endgame.
Yeah, we can do like a catch up of the Marvel Universe and talk a bit about that. The news seems to be quite light this end of the week, so hopefully we can possibly dedicate a whole episode to catch up with the Marvel Universe. But yeah, if anything, if you missed the live show, obviously we are on SoundCloud now, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. We're now on Spotify, so share us.
Help you by helping us to help you. There we go.
Exactly.
That's what you
like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah, definitely comment, and if you can comment, and because that helps us on iTunes as well. And share us. Check out our Teespring store as well. At Teespring, get the merch at teespring.com/store/the Source Wall.
And thank you for buying. We really appreciate it. And
definitely
lovely.
Yeah, because we don't get paid for this, so which is another not the reason, but we've all got 9 to 5s as well, so it's very difficult to kind of be here straight after work, or if we're staying behind our work.
We want this to be a 5. This should be 5 for us. This would be great. But
exactly. We all enjoy doing this.
We do. But yes,
we enjoy bringing you the content.
You tell them.
Yes.
So thank you. We'll see you
Peace
next
out, everybody.
7:30ish. The Source Wall. Meows. And Kieran,
don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.